in terms of some of the preferential treatment. The lawsuit charges that Democratic-heavy counties violated the law by identifying mail-in ballots before election day that had defects, such as lacking an inner secrecy envelope or lacking a voter's signature on the outside envelope, so that the voter could fix it and ensure that the vote would count, called curing. The lawsuit says that Republican-heavy counties followed the law and did not provide a notice and cure process, disenfranchising many. Okay, but do you get what's happening here? So they made the process for mail-in ballots so obstacle prone and complicated that some people just trying to do their best could make mistakes. Some election officials thought, well, if their vote doesn't count, that's a bad thing because we live in a democracy, so we're gonna give them an opportunity to make their ballot count. Their ballot that was cast before election day and all of that just had some sort of technicality that needed to be fixed. The Republican heavy counties decided we don't want that to happen because screw mail-in ballots. And they've decided, so they disenfranchise some, which I guess hurts them. And they're saying that allowing the curing benefits Democrats because presumably Democrats are more likely to vote by mail. But again, that's only a result we got because you guys demonized mail-in ballots. If you cared about your voters and indeed all voters voting in a democracy, none of this would be a problem. And none of it is going to be a problem for the results because this isn't going to result in votes being thrown out. But think about this, if you weren't so focused on wringing the neck of democracy, you might have had a chance to get a few more votes. Maybe the 15,000 you need in Georgia, for instance, to lead to you winning at least that state, if not the Electoral College.
Yeah, I mean, this is the heart of all of these lawsuits is you can't have it both ways. You just can't have it both ways. You can't say stop the count, start the count. Okay, we need actual observers on this count. Oh, there were observers. Well, I don't know, burn ballots. Like, what do you? And you can't have a party that has been, because of course, let's be real, it's beyond Trump. It is on down the line on all the, the Republican state legislatures that have fallen in line and obeyed orders to try and suppress as much of the vote as possible. And including mail-in ballots and including their own voters, and then suddenly be like, wait, our voters are suppressed. Like, you did that, dummy. So yes, this is the whole thing. You can't have it both ways. And can we just say, it is so perfect that Trump lost by not the exact, but close margins to the way that Hillary Clinton lost. I think that is so wonderful because
I agree.
The Democrats in 2016, if they could have mounted any kind of challenge, they probably would have, right? Let's hope they would have mounted a challenge if it had come down to a certain state or that something looked really fishy. And sadly, and maybe in a good way, good for our democracy, it didn't. Nothing was fishy. She lost, and she lost pretty handily, right? She won the popular vote, but Trump is losing on both of those counts, and it is just so sit in that loss, buddy. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what happened to Hillary 4 years ago.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, and while he's dragging it out, again, it's not that he's not doing that for some purpose that's benefiting him. He's raising money and whatever, setting up Trump TV, running on blah blah blah, whatever other nightmare we'll someday have to cover and deal with. But also the dragging it out. In the first story we talked about the constant declaring, no, I actually won. He's also drawing out how insane he looks, how sad and pathetic he looks. And it's not just us that thinks that. It's not just us. It's not just lefties that are laughing at him. Judges are laughing at him. So let's go through this. We have when Republican lawyers in Nevada complained their observers weren't close enough if they could not hear everything that poll workers were saying. US District Judge Andrew Gordon pushed back saying, at what point does this get ridiculous? And then ruled against the Republicans. Obviously, because it isn't about them saying, our poll workers were 23 feet away rather than 18, because if they'd been 18, they'd been saying they would be saying they should have been 12. It's not about that. It's not about this succeeding and getting rid of those ballots. They know they don't have a Trump's chance in hell of winning that. But it's about dragging it out. And as long as there are these court cases going, Kayleigh McEnany can go on Fox News and Trump can tweet about it, and Fox News can run segments about it that they'll immediately have to either retract or ignore going forward when the claims are thrown out and the people admit that Project Veritas paid them to lie and all that. It seems like something is happening. And that's what the QAnon people need. That's what the really dejected Trump cultists need. They need to feel like something is happening, like there's still a chance. And they're all, again, it's like we said a week ago, they're just riding that high and just trying to stretch out the little bit of their supply they got left.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, you mentioned Trump TV, and I think that's a very, very real possibility. But if you're gonna grift, and if your whole life has been a grift, you need this. You need to maintain that lie so that your followers, look, he would have followers no matter what. He could say, we lost, we're coming back. He could take it like a man, and I whatever, masculinity is a prison and made up, but you know what I'm saying. Take it like an adult, right? But he doesn't, and you're absolutely right, because his base is so far gone, it's so fringe, and actually pretty stupidly, because we know that those 70 million people, I wish it was 70,000, 70 million people who voted for him, they're not crazy, sadly. A lot of them might just be racist. A lot of them might just think that it's okay for a president to behave in the way Trump does. But I don't believe that 70 million people are Q followers. So there absolutely is a reason to say you can continue this brand and still concede. But no, he wants it to be the craziest and most dangerous version of his brand, which just says we were wronged. Ergo, pretty much anything is justified, whether violence, whether, whatever is to come, all that is justified. And especially it's justified for me to build my probably, let's be real, YouTube empire. Because they're gonna take that money.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.